So nearly 70% of your teammates left last season. All your coaches are gone from last season. What made you want to come back and still be here at Syracuse?
I'm really a pretty solid kid. I'm not used to kind of just changing. High school, I stayed all 4 years, different coaches as well. AAU, I stayed, different coaches, they left, I'm staying. I'm kind of just used to it. I like a challenge, honestly. When things get hard, I want to figure out, is it me? Like, what do I need to do? If it's, like, I just want to figure out, I kind of like to figure it out and push through it.
For sure.
And academically, I'm tied here as well. I feel like my purpose is here. Like, I'm supposed to be here. So that's kind of my driving force.
As a player, do you think people know who Teisha Hyman is?
Oh, wait, as a player or a person?
As a player. Like, do you think they recognize how good you are?
I think so, but I also believe that they don't know all of my capability. I'm kind of quiet, and I only show what I show. There's more to it, and I think they're going to be able to see that before I leave.
Yeah, for sure. When Coach Jack first came here, you told her, I'm not going to trust you right away. I assume that trust has gone up since March. And if so, what has made that trust go up for you?
So I don't trust easily at all.
Yeah.
So I think just her being consistent and her genuine, like I learned her intentions are genuine, and I've just kind of let go a little bit of myself and let her in a little bit. So the more and more I let her in, I think the trust will just continue to improve as well.
And you've been through a lot the past few years here at Syracuse. If you don't mind me asking, what do you think the most difficult part has been, and what have you learned from that difficult thing?
I'll say from this move, like from this year, is kind of adjusting to new coaching. It's kind of like being a freshman all over again. You kind of have to, they know you, but in my head, I'm still earning my role every single time. And I know my injuries can, play the part in it as well. So for me, every year is they don't know me. They don't know me. Like, keep showing them. Show them every time. So I think that's the hardest part for me. It's kind of just reteaching myself over and over.
Yeah. And going back to last year, can you tell me, what that was like? You have Von Reed as your head coach, and a lot of things have changed between, the year before that and last year. What was that like? I mean, obviously, maybe the outcome of the overall record wasn't as good. Maybe you felt good at your performance. Would you just kind of take me through that year?
I'm not going to speak too much on that year, but I think individually, like personally, I think it was a good season for me coming off of an injury. And I think I really kind of started to make a name for myself in the ACC. I think that's the year that that's the year that I kind of stood out or resurfaced as an individual player as well.
What do you think? I mean, you obviously have a lot of new players on this year's team. What do you think will be different about this year's team versus last year's?
I think our fight. I think we wanted a little bit more than, and I think, I don't know, every year is different for me. Every year is different. I think these group of ladies that we have here, they're special. So I think we're just going to show y'all.
Now, you had an injury your sophomore year, is that right?
Freshman
year?
Right before playoffs.
All right.
Before ACC playoffs.
Yeah. And another player, I mean, a lot of people have gone through injuries, but Shea McEvans is one of those players. What have you seen out of her and her ability to come back from her injury? And how have you, been a mentor to her, maybe?
Well, I'll speak of Cheyenne, the person first. She's a great person. And I also think she's a great leader. As Coach Jack said before, from her speech, the way she carries herself, she teaches me a lot as well. And we have a lot in common. She thinks a lot. We have a lot in common, from injuries to thinking, but she's a great leader. I'd say she's a great leader. And Cheyenne, the player, she's gonna do everything for the team. She's about team first, and it shows on the court. You know, she's always encouraging us from the sideline. Rehab-wise, we talk. We have the same injury. We kind of have the same process. So what she's going through now, she can ask me questions. I may not know all the answers, but I'm gonna figure it out. So we kind of just learn from each other, from basketball on the court to off the court as well.
Yeah. Another player I want to ask you about is Olivia Owens, who's new to the team this year. What stood out to you about her?
She can sing.
She can sing, okay.
She can sing with an A. She can sing. She's actually a really funny person, and we kind of connected through singing at first. On the court, so me and her, we go at it in practice, just a friendly go at it in practice. So she plays with an edge to her. So she's gonna play aggressive, and anytime she get me in a post, she's gonna be aggressive. So that stands out to me. You know, she understands when she has mismatches, and she's not gonna back down from anybody.
And back to you as a player and a person. When all is said and done with your career here at Syracuse, what do you want to be remembered for?
My character. I want people to know that me, Teisha, as a person, she's really caring. You know, she's really about the people, about people. Me as a player, it's the same thing. I'm about the team. So accolades is great. I really appreciate accolades, but 15 years later, when that's kind of forgotten about, I want you to know me as a person, which will carry through the whole year. And I also want people to know that as a player, I'm a good player, I'm a great player. And I want people to really realize all of my potential and what I did here at Syracuse University.